The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-14 in a game that definitely was not as close as the final score suggested. There's obviously two sides to this. I'm a huge Brady guy, and as such, I'm a little bit salty. I don't want to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because if you've listened to my show at all, which you probably haven't, last night was just a replay of what every Buccaneers fan has seen all season long. There was no new information about the Buccaneers last night. If you're watching this on YouTube, here's a link to me giving you all the reasons that it was extremely predictable what happened to the Buccaneers offense last night. If you're on audio only, you can go back a couple weeks. There's an episode that's titled What's Wrong with the Tampa Bay Offense. You can watch it or listen to it. Nothing that happened last night offensively for the Buccaneers should come as a shock to anyone that watched more than 3 or 4 Buccaneers games. To put it in a nutshell, if you're a quarterback, regardless of age, has to throw the ball 65 something times in one game, you probably aren't good offensively. To put it lightly, the Buccaneers made a huge mistake getting rid of Bruce Arians. And anyone who knows, or anyone who has watched the Buccaneers this season knows that Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, and Todd Bowles gotta go. They were miserable all season long. On the other side of this, the Dallas Cowboys, however, that first half, after the Dallas Cowboys went 3 and out the 1 or 2 times, whatever, that was perhaps the best I've ever seen the Dallas Cowboys play in my entire life for the first 3 quarters of that game. They literally could not do anything wrong. Dak Prescott played unbelievable. The offensive line blocked like they were going to prison if they didn't. The defensive line was unblockable. The corners were absolutely locking down everybody. The wide receivers were getting open. The play calling was perfect. The Cowboys just did everything perfect. They were unbeatable for the first 3 or so quarters of that game, and then they looked like just a normal team. They played well in the fourth quarter, which the Buccaneers started playing a little bit better. Quite frankly, the Cowboys just did everything right Monday night. And I physically cannot believe I'm saying this about a Mike McCarthy-led team, but they out-everythinged the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They outplayed, they thoroughly out-coached, they out-hustled, they out-schemed. The Cowboys out-everythinged the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But there was 2 things that really, really stuck out to me last night amongst it all. Number 1, how well the Cowboys played in the trenches last night. Quite frankly, that's just where the game was won. Last night, from the second or third drive, whenever the Cowboys did those 3 and out, you could see how the game was going to go. The Cowboys' offensive line didn't let the Buccaneers pass rush near Dak Prescott at all. Meanwhile, Tom Brady was out there basically running for his life, really just like he was all season. But the Cowboys' offensive line was significantly better than the Buccaneers' defensive line, and the Cowboys' defensive line was significantly better than the Buccaneers' offensive line. At one point late in the game in the fourth quarter, the Cowboys rushed 4 defensive linemen, and they got to Tom Brady in under 2 seconds. They didn't even blitz. They just sent their 4 dudes, and they were there in under 2 seconds. It's impossible for any quarterback to succeed under those circumstances. Patrick Mahomes, anybody in history, could not succeed under those circumstances, let alone Tom Brady's statue of himself. And second, I touched on this earlier, Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore game planned extremely well for the Tampa Bay defense. I don't like Todd Bowles at all as a head coach, okay? I've said it 1,000 times before. I'm tired of saying it, but he's an excellent defensive coordinator. Todd Bowles is one of the top 5, 6, 7, 8 defensive coordinators in the NFL, and I have a ton of respect for him as a defensive mind, but he got thoroughly out-coached in this game. It's hard for me to give Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy a ton of credit and praise for the reason being, number 1, like I said earlier, where the Cowboys offensive line just played extremely well. It is extremely easy to look good on offense when your offensive line plays as well as it did, but the Cowboys offensive coaching staff deserves a bunch of credit for putting together an excellent game plan and pushing the Buccaneers around. They attacked the hell out of a top 10 ranked Buccaneers defense. They did whatever they want. So congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys and all the teams I mentioned above for advancing to the divisional round, which I'm going to be doing predictions for the divisional round this Thursday for the AFC and the NFC. So if you want to see my predictions, which you may or may not, I don't know, you should. They will be up on Thursday. Feel free to check those out. And that's my show for today. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Feel free to hit me with a like and subscribe. Take care, everybody.